Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Nice to see you again. Hope all of you are doing very fine and welcome all of you in today's class. Here I am Jannatul Firdaus, lecturer, Department of English, Milestone College. Dear students, hard work always pays in life, and I know that all of my students are working very hard for your coming exam. Yes, the exam will give you the best opportunity to fulfill your aim. So try to give the best effort in the exam. And one of the most effective ways to prepare for exam is to practice more and more. Yes, dear students, for that reason, here, first of all, I am going to describe how to write an email perfectly. And this is the very easy way for communication. And dear students, in your exam, there are two types of email that are very common. Number one, formal email, and number two, personal email. If you want to write a correct email, you have to follow the different parts. Number one, you can write for sender information. Number two, there will be recipient information. Number three, there will be sending details. Number four, there will be a subject. Number 5, greetings. Number 6, there will be a description part. And last of all, you will write for closing. Dear students, to write a perfect email, besides this, you need to know some basic steps. Yes, number 1, you can write a meaningful subject line because the subject line is the most vital part for email. Number 2, the information will be clear and polite. Dear students, don't use harsh words for email writing. Number 3, avoid long statement. Yes, keep it concise and focus on the matter. Number 4, use correct grammar and spelling for email writing. And the last tip that I have for you, that is, keep the information short and to the point. Dear students, now let's have a look for writing an appropriate email. Dear students, there are some certain rules which should be followed during writing an email, whether it formal or informal. So dear students, for your better understanding, I have given here a format of an email. So firstly, notice the format of this email. Here you can see this format has been started with from. And here the sender will write his or her own email address, but you have to write it in a small letter and don't use space in email ID. After that too, dear students, in this section, you have to write about recipient email address. That means to whom you are going to send the email. Now, after writing this information, you can write for sent. Here you will write sending details like this way. First of all, you can mention day. After that, you can write month, date, year, and also you can mention time. So dear students, after writing sending details, now you will write for subject. Here you will write about subject, that means you have to include important information. And in this case, you can use these types of expression according to the topic. Here I have mentioned some expression just like this: requesting, inviting, informing, describing, wishing, or suggesting, etc. So dear students, after writing subject, now come for salutation part. Salutation directly addresses the person you are sending the email to, and comma should be placed after salutation. Now dear students, come to the description part. The body of an email typically describes the purpose of an email. Although body part contains detailed information, it's very important to avoid writing too much in an email and keep it limited. Now come for closing. Here, how you end an informal email is equally important. Dear students, since the recipient is known to you, so here you can write for closing in this way: yours ever, and suppose your name is Sharwar Parvez, you can mention your name here in this way. So dear students, I hope that the format and rules of email writing will help you a lot. Now let's see, if you have a question about email writing, how will you write this? So here is the question. Write an email to your friend telling about what you intend to do after SSC examination. Dear students, from this question you can easily understand it indicates in informal email. So dear students, how will you start? Here you can start by writing from. So dear students, here you will write sender information with a small letter. After that you will write to, and here you can write recipient information, and after writing this you will write send. Dear students, here you will write for sending details, like you can write Monday, then you can write the name of month, February 15, 2021, and you can mention time. After that you will write for subject. Dear students, from the question you will decide what information would be placed, and according to the question here you have written the subject expressing my intention to do after SSC exam. Dear students, after writing subject you will write for salutation part, and here you can write Dear Rahman, and after that you will write for description part. Now here we can read the description part. I got your email where you wanted to know what I intend to do after the SSC examination. You know that education is the backbone of a nation. No nation can progress without education. Most of the people of our village are illiterate. They have no knowledge about education, health, family planning, and the scientific method of cultivation. So I have taken firm decision to spend the free time in teaching them. Dear students, from this description part we can see that there is a specific purpose for writing this email. After that you will write for closing part. Dear students, here you can write yours ever, and you can mention your name. Now let's discuss about another topic in our today's class, and that is story writing. Dear students, story writing is the part of writing skill, and it's a topic that involves in creative writing. Typically, story writing has 5 key elements that help to construct a story in an understandable manner. So the first element, that is the beginning. The beginning or the introduction of the story is of essential importance. It's the part where you can capture the reader's attention. So it's very important to have a very good beginning. Now the second element, that is the plot, where the actual narration of the story will happen. The events that occur or the description of the situation will be written in this plot. And a plot must always have a conflict, which is the focus of the story. Now the third elements for story writing. A story will depend heavily how well you write about the characters for a story writing. And to develop the characters in a story, you can use dialogues as well. Number 4 elements, that is climax. Dear students, this is where a story will come to its logic conclusion, and every story must have a climax. And the last element, that is conclusion. Dear students, always try to end every story in an interesting manner. Now, I am going to tell you some points which you should keep in mind. Number 1, make sure you give your story an appropriate or exciting title. Number 2, the story must flow fluently. Number 3, don't make it too long. Number 4, a story must have a well-defined characters. And number 5, every story will be end with a proper conclusion. And the last one, that is, you should avoid grammatically incorrect sentences. So dear students, let's go for a story writing. Dear students, the question of the story writing is going to be like this. So here is the question. Read the following story. It is not complete. Use the clues, complete the story and give it a title. Dear students, here you should focus on the beginning of the story and you should read again and again to frame the whole story. So dear students, let's read the beginning of the story. Robert Bruce was a famous king. His kingdom was invaded by enemies. The king fought bravely but was defeated in the battle. He had to save his life. He fled away from his kingdom and took a shelter in a remote cave. So, dear students, now what will be the rest part of the story? Here you can see a title must be given to the story. So, for this story, the title is Failure is the Pillar of Success. So, dear students, for writing a story, you have to fix an appropriate title. Now, after the beginning part, what will be the rest of the story, dear students? And after the beginning part, how could we cover the whole story? Here, you should keep in mind that use of words should be limited. So, you can cover the whole story by writing 200 or 250 words. So, let's read the rest part of the story. He was thinking about his kingdom. He was only thinking and thinking. At that time, he saw that a spider was trying to climb the top of the wall, but it failed again. It failed 6 times. So, dear students, according to the beginning, you can make a plot for the story where the consequence of the story should be clear. Now, let's read the rest part. At the 7th attempt, the spider was successful to reach at the top of the wall. Robert Bruce noticed this. He thought that it was a great lesson for him. He should not idle away his time. Rather, he should try again and again to regain his kingdom. Inspired by a spider, the king decided to attack enemies. This time, he made his soldier strong and attacked them. Finally, he could regain his kingdom. So, dear students, here you can see the total context and setting of the story have been used in a proper way. And another thing you have to notice that here past tense is used for developing the mood and atmosphere of the whole story. Now the last topic for our today's discussion, that is dialogue writing. Dear students, dialogue is also a communication tool. It's typically a conversation two or more people in narrative work. Dear students, dialogue serves several purposes. The first one is it can advance the plot, and the second one is it reflects character's thought or feeling, and the third one is it shows how characters react in the moment. Students, let's know what should you do while writing a dialogue. Yes, dear students, you should start with a caption first, and after that you can also start with greetings. And for writing a dialogue, you can use contracted form of auxiliary verbs, and next one is you can use question tag, and after that you have to write the sentences in simple form and try to make the dialogue writing very much realistic. And the last one that I have for you, that is, you have to maintain the context. So dear students, let's take a moment for writing a dialogue. So dear students, after knowing about relevant materials on dialogue writing, we are properly ready for answering a question. So here is the question for a dialogue writing. Suppose Reena is an SSC examinee. She is a brilliant student, but due to illness, she could not continue her studies for about 15 days. Her friend Rashida came to meet her. Now write a dialogue between them about their preparation for the SSC examination. Dear students, from this question, here you can see there are the two characters, Reena and Rashida, and you have understood in which situation they are going to exchange their conversation. Now try to understand the gist of the entire conversation. Here you can see the caption first. A dialogue between Reena and Rashida about their preparation for the SSC examination. Rashida: hello Reena, how are you? Dear students, here you can see how Rashida greets Reena with greeting conversation starter, hello, how are you? Reena: I'm not so good. I couldn't continue my studies for about 15 days because of my illness. Rashida: don't worry, you are a brilliant student. You will be able to get over this. Reena: yet I am a little bit worried. Anyway, tell me about your get over this. So dear students, the beginning sentences help you to understand the topic more clearly. And another thing you have to notice, you have to start a new paragraph when moving from one speaker to another. Here you can see Rashida and Reena both are making conversation in individual paragraph. Here the rest part of the dialogue. Rashida: I have completed reviewing all the subjects but for English. Reena: but you didn't do so badly in English in the previous exam. Rashida: thank you for your assurance. Now tell me about you. Reena: but for the mathematics, I have confidence almost in all subjects. So dear students, the sentences which Reena and Rashida have used here are totally direct speech and in very simple form, and also they have used here contraction form in their conversation so that this conversation makes a full sense. Dear students, another thing you have to notice, that is the language of the dialogue should be grammatically correct, and here Rashida and Reena used these dialogues which are very much grammatically correct. Now Rashida: but in the test exam you have cut a good figure in mathematics. Be confident, you will overcome your problem. Reena: thanks, I expected your remark to be true. Rashida: thank you. So dear students, you have to keep the dialogue balanced when the speakers are going to exchange their conversation. Here we have found important details, and notice that how the conversation between two characters, Reena and Rashida, has been completed. Dear students, in our today's class we have revised on 3 topics, and I hope all of you have understood properly, and definitely this class will be helpful for you. So dear students, that is all for today. Thanks a lot for being with me. Allah Hafiz.